What if my moms didn't die from cancer? What if the KKK wasn't protected and we had the Panthers? What if Trayvon packed the hammer? What if cops didn't kill on camera? What if we knew?
Gxdly, Gxdly. I'm from Boston, Mass, Roxbury. I've been making music over the course of about 15 years, I would say. Right now, I'm currently a dad of 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy. Music's been my life. It's predominantly been a way that I get through my struggles and my pain, even my joys. On a day-to-day, I'm usually at work. From work, I go home, try to clean up, get rest. For the most part, I'm very family-oriented. I spend most of my days with my family. My family is basically my children, the mom of my children, my sister, my nephews, brothers, sisters. It all starts here in my heart, so whatever I'm feeling at the time, that's usually the first couple of lines. Just imagine if Picasso just did 1 stroke and you looked at the painting and it was just completed. I feel like that's how I think. It doesn't take too much for me to make a song. It just takes a feeling sometimes, that's it. I like to transition into like talking about things that really relate to my people, whether they're in my neighborhood or not in my neighborhood. Growing up in Roxbury, I would say it was really hard, you know, coming up. Just the neighborhoods, it wasn't the best neighborhood to live in at the time, but you know, early 90s, like early 90s was tough. It was real tough. A lot of shootings, killings, robberies, especially like I said, in the early 90s, a lot of drive-bys going on. So it was wild. Fortunately, I was very observant, so before I could allow, you know, my environment to, I guess, suck me in, I used to sit back and just write about the things that I saw and write about what was going on and how I felt about those things. And I think that's what really shaped majority of my concept and my subject matter.
They call me one way to it, you know. I engineer, produce, you know. Most of my work I do with Gxdly. You know, we do a lot of songs together. I'm an artist extraordinaire. Anything, man, you know. Anything I put my hands on, I'ma touch. You know, if you want to know Gxdly, you gotta learn my point of view.
Structure, green pro, lost city, on God, rest in power.
Pain, joy here and there. I like to make feel-good music too, but I still feel like it has some type of pain to it.
From the berry to the dot and the pen in the hurry. Got a jug fast, feel bro, commissary out here hustling. Trying to make a way out the ghetto. Since I was set up to feel, I'm tucking on this metal, different levels in this game, some for God, some for devils. Me, I play for keeps, dig deep, need a shovel. Can't cover up the lies when you face to a rebel on my P. Newton. Going Garvey, I just keep shooting. 1 for Trayvon, 2 for 2.
I think when you speak things, it's a way to heal yourself. So if I choose to talk about certain things, I feel like it's a way where I'm getting it out, like getting it off my chest.
There's so much you can gain from hearing somebody else's point of view. Because most of the time, everybody's telling you, you know, go check my project out, and they're telling you how to feel. You know what I mean? Like, he's just telling you how he feels. And that's a whole different thing, whole different category, you know what I mean, of music. Like, people are afraid to be who they are. I feel like my point of view, that's Gxdly, you know what I mean? Like, when you hear it, you'll know, you know what I mean?
Well, I would say for hip-hop predominantly, I think that we've always been a place for music, but it hasn't been recognized. And there's so many talent here, so much artists here. People that don't really get the recognition they deserve, they're here, you know what I'm saying? In Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, Hyde Park. These are boroughs within Boston, Massachusetts, where the talent is, you know, at its all-time high, but we don't really get that window.
All his topics, you know, concepts was all him, you know what I mean?
Everyone was behind me 100%. They support me. They show me genuine love. I think we all know that this is gonna happen for us. It's not just about me, it's about all of us.
It's never short of styles, it's never short of sounds, you know, that we picked up along the way. I mean, it's all there. I mean, check the music, can't be like, oh, they sound like such and such. We might got the same baritone, or you know, the beats might be the same choice, but we always approach them different. But this is the one way, and this is the studio, man. This is the, you know, the headquarters. We come here to talk business. We come here to talk music, life. This is where we get our spirits off at. This is where we, you know, what most of the records have been coming from as of late. I'm just gonna start off with All In. You know, All In, that was a record that we was on our way out the door. You know what I mean? It just happened. And it's like, you don't know what it took. I put my all in. I see turning form, and you know, it's like, it's a feeling. You know, just watching him on stage, it's like, I see stadiums, you know what I mean? It's never just like a small stage, man. The vision always go past what we see in front of us. But I see stadiums just off of watching that performance. That was a 20-minute set. Man, all 20 minutes of that was filled up. I can only imagine what a stadium would feel, you know, with that 20 minutes of music. We got so much music. It's just like, to fill a stadium up and to put our craft in front of them, it'd be exclusive. It'd be like crazy to, you know, to the people. I know they'll feel that.
I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so work to me is just a stepping stone. I always felt inside my heart that there's nothing that no one can do for me that I can't do for myself. So I guess I go to work to create my dreams and my foundation. It's basically like a head start and just a push for me, but music is my way. We thought we gon' kill it. Hey. But now we in the building and they know we about to kill it. It's a good song? You love my music? How much? That much? Whose song is this, baby? This is my song? Is it a good song or a bad song?
A good song.
It is? How much do you like it? You like it this much? Not this much? This much?
No.
Okay.
This much.
Does it sound good?
Yeah.
How does it sound? How good does it sound? That much? That's a lot. Yeah, is Daddy talented? Huh?
Yes.
I am? Do you like when I rap? Huh? She sees me on YouTube videos and she's like, wow, my dad's on TV, but she doesn't understand this part, you know, like she sees the camera, but she doesn't know what's going on. And I want her to, I want all of them to have an understanding of what I do. I want to keep him a part of that. I want to make sure that my son gets to see what I'm doing. Because like I said, this is work, and I want him to have that same understanding. He will be starring in a lot of my videos, definitely. And I want my kid to see, like, this is what Dad's doing, this is the hard work I put in to make sure that our futures are secure.
What if we knew where Sandra Bland was? What if Bobby was there with Whitney? What if Tekashi never ratted and he served 60? What if Kendrick was there when Eric shot Nipsey? What if every black person had a pot to piss in or a meal to eat?